The movie begins by showing a ruined world. The story takes place in the year 2597, where Earth has become a terrible place to live. The population has grown so much that there is almost no space left for people. Everyone is living in crowded conditions. Many people cannot even find proper food. They are forced to eat cockroaches and insects just to survive. In the middle of this insect market, two people are running away from the police. The police are wearing strange futuristic uniforms and keep shooting at them. Soon, the two are surrounded from every side. One of them is the movie's main hero, Shikichi Kamachi. At that moment, a flying car comes down from the sky. Inside the car is a man with a very unusual hairstyle. His name is Ko Honda. He announces that because there is no room left for humans on Earth, they are planning to move people to Mars. He says he is leading a huge project to make that possible. A young woman sitting beside him tells him that these two men are the most wanted criminals. She reminds him that the police have orders to shoot them on sight. Ko Honda simply smiles and says that they are exactly the kind of people he needs. He walks over to them and asks for their help with a very important mission. As he speaks, he casually steps on a cockroach and crushes it under his foot. 2 years later, a spaceship is traveling toward Mars. Inside the ship, Shikichi Kamachi is standing with the rest of the team. Nearby is a boxer named Jim, who keeps arguing with him. Nano, the girl who was with Shikichi before, is also there wearing a spacesuit. Shikichi and Jim begin playfully boxing with each other while waiting for the mission to begin. The story then explains what happened in the past. 500 years earlier, cockroaches were sent to Mars. The purpose was to prepare the planet and see if humans could live there one day. But as the years passed, the cockroaches kept multiplying. Their numbers eventually reached millions and even billions. Before humans can settle on Mars, every one of those giant cockroaches must be eliminated. That is why the government has gathered thieves, gangsters, terrorists, and other dangerous criminals into one special team and sent them on this mission. Soon, a young woman named Asuka Moriki joins the group. After that, the ship's captain Dojima arrives, followed by the vice captain. A short time later, the spaceship successfully lands on Mars. As the heavy metal doors slowly open, the team gets its very first look at the red planet. At this point, the movie shows a flashback from Shikichi's past. After Ko Honda captured Shikichi and Nano in the market, he offered them a deal. He explained that the police were chasing them because of all the crimes they had committed. But if they agreed to join the Mars mission and sign the contract, every crime would be forgiven. On top of that, each of them would receive 100 million yen as a reward. Hearing this offer, both Shikichi and Nano immediately signed the agreement. The story then returns to the present. The team launches 2 missiles from their spaceship. The missiles release a special gas into the air. They hope the gas will kill any dangerous creatures hiding nearby before the team steps outside. However, nothing appears in that area because there are no cockroaches around. The captain then divides everyone into smaller groups and sends them in different directions to explore. A little later, Captain Dojima sends out a drone to scan the area. The drone discovers another spaceship not far away. At the same time, back on Earth, Ko Honda is watching the live video from the mission. The reason he is so interested is because that mysterious spaceship was originally sent from Earth many years ago. However, no one from that old mission survived. The name of the old spaceship was Bugs 1, while the ship carrying this team is called Bugs 2. Soon, the teams leave the spaceship to hunt the cockroaches. Shikichi and Nano search the area by lifting plants and looking under the trees, but they cannot find a single cockroach. A few moments later, they notice 3 strange creatures standing like humans and talking to each other. They are holding weapons made from stone. The moment Jim sees them, he becomes completely terrified. At the same time, Shikichi and Nano also spot one of these strange creatures. As soon as it notices them, it starts walking toward them. Shikichi tries to speak peacefully and says, "Hello, sir. We came from Earth." But before he can say anything else, the creature suddenly rushes forward at incredible speed and twists Nano's neck. Shikichi is left completely shocked. He cannot understand what kind of creature this is. The strange being then disappears in the blink of an eye. A few seconds later, Jim and Maria arrive at the scene. Jim tells Shikichi that the same creature has already killed Asuka Moriki. They look over and see Moriki lying on the ground, while several of those creatures are jumping around her body. The team carries Nano's body back inside the spaceship and shows it to Captain Dojima. They ask who those creatures are and why they attacked them in such a brutal way. At that moment, Akiro explains the truth. He says those creatures are actually cockroaches. After living on Mars for hundreds of years, they evolved and became human-like beings. Shikichi becomes angry and asks Dojima why he never told them about this before the mission. Just then, Ko Honda appears through a hologram. He tells everyone to stay calm. He explains that they were sent to Mars to kill these evolved cockroaches. He also reveals that every spacesuit contains a special injection. Once they use it, they will gain powerful abilities that will help them fight the creatures. A beam of light connects to each person's head, and their eyes begin glowing with a red light. This allows them to understand the powers hidden inside their bodies. From this moment, the real battle finally begins. Before sending them out, Dojima gives everyone a serious warning. He says using the injection too much can also kill them. Just then, one of the cockroaches Cockroaches walks up and stops outside the spaceship. A team member named Godly confidently steps forward and says that he will kill it himself. He tells everyone not to worry and leaves the ship. At the same time, the others make a plan to attack the cockroaches at their own base. Outside, Godly stands fearlessly in front of the enemy. The moment he sees the cockroach coming closer, he injects himself with the special serum. His body immediately begins transforming into an insect-like form. Using his new powers, he shoots flames from his hands. But the evolved cockroaches have become so powerful that even fire cannot harm them anymore. One of them instantly appears in front of Godly and lands a single punch on his stomach. Godly dies on the spot. Everyone watches in complete shock because they cannot believe what they have just seen. After killing him, the cockroach walks straight toward the spaceship. It repeatedly smashes its head against the entrance until it finally breaks through and gets inside. The creature then kills 2 more team members within seconds. Seeing this, Shikichi quickly tries to use his own injection, but Dojima stops him and says, "First, watch how I fight." After saying that, Dojima injects himself with the serum. The DNA of the deadly bullet ant from South America activates inside his body, and he also begins transforming into a powerful insect warrior. Dojima immediately throws a single punch at the cockroach that entered the spaceship, and the creature explodes instantly. Just then, the radar starts picking up countless signals. When everyone checks the screen, they see a huge army of cockroaches surrounding their spaceship. The people inside become terrified and start asking why all these cockroaches are so determined to kill them. At that moment, one of the girls says something that makes everyone think. She says that while they keep talking about killing the cockroaches, no one is asking whether the cockroaches also deserve to live. After saying those philosophical words, the team quickly tries to escape by taking off in the spaceship, but the ship refuses to start because of a technical failure. Seeing this, Dojima says that he will stay behind and keep the cockroaches busy. He tells everyone else to head toward the old spaceship, Bugs 1. He explains that Bugs 1 uses the same operating system as Bugs 2. If they can reach it, they may be able to repair the current ship. Shikichi refuses to leave Dojima alone and says he will stay and fight beside him. Jim also decides to stay with them, but Akiro tells everyone that there is no need for more people to remain behind. He says he and Dojima can handle the situation, so everyone else should leave immediately. At the same time, they notice that more than 100 cockroaches are already climbing all over the spaceship. As the group prepares to leave, Shikichi walks over to Nanao's dead body one last time. He quietly promises that he will come back for her. Just then, he notices that something strange is coming out of Nanao's mouth. Outside the spaceship, the cockroaches continue climbing toward the entrance. Akiro then injects himself with the special serum, and his own powers begin to awaken. Meanwhile, Dojima, who has already transformed using the bullet ant DNA, keeps smashing through the cockroaches and sends them flying one after another. The rest of the team climbs into a small escape capsule attached to the spaceship. Everyone waits for Shikichi to arrive before leaving. During that moment, Tezuka also injects himself with the special serum. His body starts changing and something strange comes out of his mouth. His mouth expands like a huge balloon, and he releases a powerful blast that throws countless cockroaches high into the air. Back inside the spaceship, thousands of cockroaches continue pouring in, but Dojima keeps fighting and destroys every one of them that comes close. The movie then shows Dojima's past. Before becoming the captain of this mission, he was a police officer, but after getting involved in a serious incident, he ended up in trouble. That was when Ko Honda offered him a chance to go to Mars and bring back the egg of a dangerous creature. Back in the present, while fighting the cockroaches, Dojima gives a signal to one of his teammates. That teammate immediately seals every door inside the spaceship and starts releasing the oxygen into space. Without oxygen, the cockroaches begin struggling to breathe. Meanwhile, the rest of the team is traveling away in a jeep. As they drive, they start talking about their personal lives. Shikichi tells them how he once saved Nanao from the dangerous streets of Japan. Suddenly, everyone looks ahead and sees what appears to be a massive tsunami rushing toward them. But it is not a wave of water. It is a giant wave made of thousands of cockroaches climbing over each other as they charge straight toward the jeep. Tezuka keeps firing powerful blasts from his enlarged mouth, sending huge numbers of cockroaches flying away. But a few moments later, another even bigger wave of cockroaches appears, and this one is far more dangerous than the first. To help the team survive, Osaka and Maria decide to inject themselves with the special serum as well. They also gain powerful abilities. Together, they create a strong shield that protects Tezuka while he continues attacking the cockroaches. During the intense battle, their jeep goes completely out of control. It then switches into autopilot mode and drives away on its own. Meanwhile, Tezuka, who has fallen to the ground, along with Maria and the others, is completely surrounded by the cockroaches. One of the girls tries to stand up, but a cockroach instantly blows her head off. Another girl is pushed to the ground, and the cockroaches crush her to death. Seeing this, Tezuka rushes forward in anger, but the cockroaches knock him down headfirst with a powerful attack. Back inside Bugs 2, all the oxygen is finally gone. Because of this, both Akiro and Dojima collapse to the floor along with the cockroaches. Meanwhile, the jeep continues driving by itself in autopilot mode mode and finally reaches the old spaceship, Bugs 1. The team goes inside and starts checking the systems. They discover that some kind of data is being transmitted back to Earth. Just then, they hear gunshots coming from outside. They rush out and see that 2 more members of their team have already been shot and killed by the cockroaches. At that moment, they realize something terrifying. These evolved cockroaches do not only know how to use stone weapons, they also know how to use guns. One of the cockroaches picks up a weapon from Bugs 1 and gets ready to shoot them. Soon, the entire group is surrounded from every side. The movie then cuts to a distant mountain, where one of the cockroaches is talking to Honda through a communication device. Honda tells the cockroach not to go near Shikichi Kamachi because the injection he carries is extremely powerful. The cockroach replies that it understands the order and will complete the mission. After saying that, it ends the call. At the same time, Shikichi finally injects himself with the special serum. His body immediately transforms and he becomes much stronger. The cockroaches open fire on him, but he moves with incredible speed. He easily dodges every bullet, rushes forward like lightning, and destroys the cockroaches with a single punch. After that, Jim also uses his own injection, and his powers awaken as well. His special ability gives him extremely powerful legs, allowing him to jump as easily as if he were leaping from a 10-story building. The movie shows just how strong Jim has become. Back inside Bugs 2, the oxygen level slowly starts rising again. Dojima regains consciousness and looks around to see who has entered the spaceship. Standing in front of him is the same cockroach that was talking to Honda earlier. It calmly says, "Thank you, Captain." Dojima asks who it really is. Suddenly, a sharp blade slices the cockroach's head into 2 pieces. A young woman then steps out from inside its body. It is revealed that she is Asuka Moriki, the same woman everyone believed had died earlier in the movie. Her special power allows her to control the brain of any cockroach she wants. This also explains what happened before. When the cockroaches jumped onto her body, she secretly took control of one of them, entered its body, and used it to kill the other cockroaches nearby. However, she has been working with Honda all along. She then kills Captain Dojima as well. After that, she calmly dries her hair with a hair dryer. She looks at Akiro lying nearby and says, "Akiro, wake up." Then she laughs and says that she almost forgot he only wakes up after water is poured on him. She pours water over him, and he immediately wakes up. Nearby is a mysterious egg that they have been ordered to take back to Earth. Their new plan is to escape from Mars as quickly as possible with that egg. At the same time, strange spider web-like threads begin spreading out from Nano's dead body. Near Bugs 1, Shikichi, Jim, and the remaining girl suddenly notice 3 enormous pyramids standing behind the spaceship. They are completely shocked by the sight. They finally learn that Honda secretly sent Moriki to Mars to recover the mysterious egg. His real plan is to study the evolved cockroaches and inject their DNA into his country's soldiers. By doing this, he wants to build the strongest army in the world. As soon as Shikichi hears the truth, he becomes furious and declares that he will never let that happen. The movie then shows Bugs 2 getting ready to leave Mars. Akiro starts the spaceship, and he and the others prepare to escape. At the same time, the mysterious egg begins to hatch. 2 terrifying cockroaches come out of it, and they look even more dangerous than the others. Moriki quickly rushes toward them and tries to control their minds with her special power. But this time her ability does not work. These 2 creatures are far stronger than the normal cockroaches. They attack Moriki and kill her. Even Honda is shocked after seeing this because this was never part of his plan. Meanwhile, Bugs 2 starts flying into the sky. Suddenly, the 2 powerful cockroaches inside the spaceship begin screaming loudly. As soon as they do, every cockroach on the ground rushes toward the ship and climbs all over it. Akiro quickly grabs the special injection and tries to use it, but the cockroaches attack him before he can inject himself and throw him away. While coming back down, the spaceship suddenly explodes in the air. Even Honda is left completely shocked because he never expected this to happen. After the explosion, all the cockroaches gather together and form one large fighting group. Now Shikichi Kamachi and his teammates have no other choice. They inject themselves with the special serum and get ready for one final battle. A huge fight begins, and everyone starts battling the cockroaches. During the fight, Shikichi charges toward one cockroach to kill it, but the creature lands a powerful punch on his face and sends him crashing to the ground. Jim is also hit by another cockroach and is thrown far away. The remaining girl is attacked as well, and a cockroach cuts off her arm before killing her by smashing her head. Shikichi and Jim are both shocked after seeing this. Jim refuses to give up. He says that no matter what happens, he will defeat these monsters. He injects himself with another dose of the serum. His strength increases even more and he crushes 2 cockroaches under his powerful legs. But after a short time, his his power starts fading again. Shikichi quickly arrives and saves him. Even then, Jim injects himself with another dose. His body becomes even stronger and wings begin growing from his back. Jim charges into the battle and starts killing the cockroaches one after another. However, after some time, both he and Shikichi suffer serious injuries. By now, the cockroaches have evolved even further and become much stronger than before. Seeing this, Jim grabs all the remaining injections and injects every one of them into his body. A new wave of power fills him instantly. He kicks one cockroach so hard that its head is torn away from its body, but using so many injections is too much for his body to handle. The serum begins reacting against him. He vomits blood and collapses onto the ground. One of the cockroaches walks toward him to finish him off, but Shikichi jumps in and saves him. During the fight, another cockroach breaks the strong threads on Shikichi's arms, leaving him almost helpless. Just as the cockroach is about to kill him, a glowing white figure suddenly appears in the sky like an angel. Everyone looks up and realizes it is Nano. Even though she had died earlier, she has transformed into an insect-like creature and is now flying through the air. All the cockroaches stop fighting and stare at her in complete surprise, because they cannot understand what she has become. Nano then releases a strange powder from her body that falls over the battlefield. Shikichi slowly reaches out toward Nano. She believes he is coming to save her, and tears begin filling her eyes. At that moment, one of the cockroaches fires its weapon. The blast creates a massive explosion that looks almost like a nuclear bomb. In the final second, Jim rushes in from behind and pulls Shikichi away from the blast. The explosion destroys many of the cockroaches, and Nano also loses her life in the explosion. Because of the huge explosion, a glass of water inside Bugs 2 falls onto Akiro, and he slowly regains consciousness. Outside, Shikichi opens his eyes and sees that Jim has completely changed. After taking so many injections, his body is no longer normal. Shikichi walks over to help him, but Jim stops him. He tells Shikichi that he cannot continue the journey anymore. He reminds him that Nano sacrificed her life to save him, so now he has to survive no matter what. After saying those final words, Jim dies. Filled with anger, Shikichi stands up. At that moment, one of the cockroaches charges toward him to attack. This time, Shikichi defeats the cockroach without using any injection at all. The creature falls to the ground. However, Shikichi does not completely kill it. The cockroach is shocked because it cannot understand how an ordinary human has become so strong without using any special power. Leaving the injured cockroach behind, Shikichi goes back inside the spaceship. There he finds Akiro still alive with a gun in his hand. Akiro immediately fires his weapon. But he is not shooting at Shikichi. Instead, he kills the cockroach standing behind him. Akiro then admits that everything he did before was wrong. He says this is not the right time to talk about it. First, they must escape from Mars. After that, they can discuss everything. Inside Bugs 2, they find a small escape capsule and use it to leave the spaceship. The cockroaches immediately prepare to chase them, but their leader orders everyone to stop. At that same moment, the live video of the battle is broadcast across the world's internet because the entire mission had been streamed live. As soon as Ko Honda realizes this, he decides that his only option is to escape. Just then, Sakakibara picks up a gun and tries to shoot him. She had actually been sent by the Japanese government to secretly spy on Ko Honda, but as the bullet gets close to him, Ko Honda uses his mysterious powers to control its speed. He then throws a strange spider towards Sakakibara. The spider releases a poisonous gas, causing her to collapse and die. Ko Honda escapes from the scene. Meanwhile, as Shikichi and Akiro travel back in the small rocket, Akiro asks him what he plans to do next. Shikichi answers without hesitation. He says that the first thing he will do after returning to Earth is hunt down Ko Honda and kill him. With that, the movie comes to an end. If you liked this video, please like it and subscribe to our channel to see more such videos. Thanks for watching.